Are your students struggling with Tier 1 and Tier 2 vocabulary words? If so, I've got a resource just for you. Let's talk about it.
Today we're going to talk about having a vast vocabulary can be very beneficial for our students, why it's so important, and then I want to share with you a resource that's available to help support your students. So let's begin with why focus on vocab. I'm sure many of you already know this, but it doesn't hurt to say it again. Vocabulary is a strong indicator of student success. There are many different pieces of research out there that show students who are exposed to more words are better readers. And a lot of this research indicates that socioeconomic status has something to do with this. So it's important for us to think about that as we're thinking about our population, that maybe we need to do something to incorporate more vocabulary practice within our instruction. So how can we do that? Well, our district has a vocabulary resource available to you called It-Flocabulary. Now, when I was a 5th grade teacher, I really knew that I was missing something. I was kind of hitting some high frequency Tier 1 words, but I felt like I was missing those Tier 2 words. And so I had to kind of purchase my own program, but our district is providing Flocabulary as a way for you to support your vocabulary instruction. It's research-based, it's proven to work, it used tests from different states to determine what words were the ones to be used. Now, when I say Flocabulary, a lot of you are probably familiar with it already. I used to use it as I'm teaching states of matter, let's watch this video. Or perhaps I'm teaching order of operations. Here's a catchy song that the kids might remember to help them. And yes, it does have that, but the piece I didn't realize it also has is this vocabulary section right here. So once I click on this, you'll notice there's different color. It's called Word Up, and then there's different colors here. These colors represent grade levels. And so, for example, if I click on Word Up Turquoise, here I can see this is actually a 2nd grade vocabulary program. Now, the reason it codes it by color is because you could choose to differentiate. And so if you had a 5th grader working at 2nd grade vocabulary, calling it the turquoise words versus the grade 2 words is obviously going to be a little more friendly for them. And so you could choose to differentiate this if you want to. And if you do, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to show you how that works. Or you can choose to just go with your grade level. So I want to show you a quick tour so you know what's actually here. There are 14 lessons, and they recommend you spend 1 week or 2 weeks on each lesson. So thinking about the time we have, you could possibly fit in 2 weeks for each lesson. So here, we're going to take a look at Fly Over America. This is 2nd grade. And so let's see what we have here. The first part we see here is going to be the video. I'm going to play just a short little segment here so you can see what it's like. Vocabulary songs are typically high interest, usually they're hip hop or rap. And what they do is they integrate the vocabulary words into the song in a narrative form. So as you can see here, there are lyrics available. So if you wanted to print these, you could print them for the students. There's also a feature called Discuss. With this one, the video is going to pause at certain moments to provide questions to discuss these vocabulary words. And so this is something you could show once or you could show multiple times because the idea is it's a catchy song, you want to kind of ingrain it in them. This is also beneficial for our IEP students and then our ELL students because the visual along with the music is helpful for retaining that information. So we can assign this if you see here. Most likely the best way would be to assign it in Google Classroom. Here we have the teacher resources. This provides an overview of kind of the storyline in the song, and then it also has our vocabulary words here that would be used. So when I think about these words for 2nd grade, I would think, yeah, I would really want my 2nd graders to know these words. There are handouts here that you can download and print. So the nice thing is if you don't want to be completely digital, you have that opportunity to do centers or stations with worksheets. And then here it shows us our standards alignment, so you can see how this does align with our Common Core standards. So beyond the video, there is another section here called vocab cards. And what this has is, if you take a look, we have our word bright. It tells us the type of word it is. It gives us a definition, provides a sentence and some antonyms along with a picture to show us what it is. So we can practice writing with this word. And so we can try to use it in a sentence, or we can also draw. So for example, I'm thinking bright. I'm thinking, oh man, I'm going to need my sunglasses. And so doing these types of activities is really going to help our students learn this vocabulary. Beyond this, we also have a vocabulary game. So for this, they're answering questions. A lot of these are fill in the blank or antonyms or synonyms. And what happens is as they get more right, more instruments are added to the song. So to show you an example, drag the missing word into place. But the sun is blank. There's so much light. It shines on China when it's our night. So I'm going to go with bright. Drag the right word. Same thing. So this would be a synonym, ground. I'm going to move to earth. Diego was interested in sports and would always blank what it would be like to be a famous athlete. He would wonder. I'm going to do one more so you can hear how the music changes. I'm looking for another synonym. Let's be peek. All right, so another instrument. So it's just a game, and the goal is to keep adding more instruments to that. Another activity you could use with the students is a read and respond. This is really showing the students how the word is used in different contexts. So when we talk about using those context clues, we can see how this helps them practice that. There's also a quiz that you can use to measure their understanding. And then for the more creative side, there's something called the lyric lab. And so your idea or your goal here is to write your own lyrics using the words that are here. And so this is something I think could be very beneficial for our students if you find that vocabulary is a domain of need. Like I said, you can differentiate it or you can do it as an entire grade level. So as you're digging your data, if you see like, wow, vocabulary is an area I'd like to focus on, please consider this as a resource that might help you get there. And then if you are working on it and you need some help, I'd love to help support you, whether it's setting it up or helping you figure out how to incorporate it into INE or whatever it is that you find that you need. So I hope you found this helpful.